you brought up during the conversation with two-way agreement and building trust, the idea of community. Community and belonging is a huge deal to me, and it's the fourth critical choice I made. When I was growing up, I didn't know community. I didn't have a community. I didn't belong anywhere. I think we share some of those similarities of feelings. So I want to dive into this. Before we get into what community and belonging means to you today, will you go the opposite direction with me for a second? And what does it feel like to not belong, to not have community and belonging?
That is a lonely space for sure. And my personal experience, like growing up with 10 brothers and sisters, at a time when not many people had that many siblings, I felt like I was generations off from my peers because I was raised in with so many older siblings. I'm 10th of 11, raised as the older ones. And there's just a lot that comes with such a large family, whereas none of my friends were in that situation. They had one or two siblings. Their family did a lot of family things and go on little trips. And I don't know, everything just seemed to live in their houses a little more in control than than our cats on our.
Well, 11 kids, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. But the belonging. I felt like I was always trying to find my place, trying to decide, I needed to go to college. Each time I was searching for me, searching for belonging, searching for something. And maybe that was the drive to keep moving forward as well. But I think also then why I feel so comfortable and I love working with special needs and people with individual challenges, people that are coming from trauma, people in rehabilitation, is that they're looking for that belonging. And I can kind of relate to it on some level, watching a special needs child trying to do just go to the grocery store, just do anything. And the eyeballs that stare and the things that they aren't allowed to try because of their physical limitations or their cognitive limitations. I think we're getting a little more inclusive. I can see things branching out. I can see things opening up, but I love working with these students and creating a community at my barn where it's all safe and everybody loves to see you each time. The volunteers have created these bonds with these riders and check on each other even outside of riding. And the student just has a place where the horses don't judge, where we don't judge, and everybody gets to do really fun things and they belong. And I love creating that atmosphere because I think we all crave that. I craved it growing up. It's like a place where you can just be yourself and everybody loves you. It's a magical thing. It is so magical.
It is magical. It's magical. And I mean, now Lily, who's 12, who's been riding since she was 6, riding, she was taking little lessons when she was 6. And then, we went through this journey. And I mean, I think about the barn family. I think about how it doesn't matter what happens during her day. It doesn't matter. And she's had her, like, you have 2 daughters, right? We were both in school. Like, you always have those tough moments, especially as girls. And it doesn't matter. Like, she goes to the barn, she brushes the horses, she grooms them, she walks them, she rides in it. And it just all seems to just evaporate. And she's enveloped by this sense of belonging that she has helped create, and I just think that that's just so powerful.
It does. And it's one of those, again, wellness activities that clears your mind. And when you clear your mind, you can feel your heart lift. And then it's exercise. It is, we call it being barn fit, like to tack that horse up and get that horse ready. You're almost exhausted before you even get on the horse. You've done so many things, the lifting and the grooming and all of that. So then you ride, and that is a very physical thing and so good for our bodies to straddle and the posture that you gain from it, the strengthening of your core, and just that rhythm that feeds into your body. That is also mind clearing. It just takes away the static for a bit, all the clutter, and you're just like, oh, and then you can actually feel your horse breathe, and it's like, wow, it's just so amazing. So I have always found that brings you back to center. It helps you find your center.
Yeah.
And when you find your center, it's easier to go to those places where you feel like you don't belong, because you're like, but I have me. I can count on me. I can trust me. Going forward, I've found my core. It gets shaken now and then, but you know how to go back and retrieve it. And that's a cool thing to know how to do. Yeah.
I want to come spend time with you. I literally want to come.
To go for a really long ride.
I want to come to your farm. Just tell Mo I'm going to spend a couple of weeks there this summer. I got to learn how to ride again. No, I'm going to learn how to ride again here. And then I will go with you to a very mini, low-key mountain riding or endurance riding. So that's going to be continued. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Choose and Become interview series. To check out more episodes, go to www.trishkendall.com/podcast, or go to any of your favorite podcast channels, including YouTube, under Trish Kendall Speaks, and you'll find this interview and more. Choose and Become.